Jamaicans could vote to scrap the monarchy in a referendum in 2024, a rights campaigner has said. Jamaicans could vote to get rid of King Charles as head of state as soon as next year, a rights campaigner has said. Jamaica's Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, told Prince William and Princess Kate during the royals' controversial visit to the Caribbean in 2022 that his country wants to be fully independent and address the unresolved issue of slavery. The former British colony, which gained independence on August 6, 1962, but retained Elizabeth II as head of state, is widely tipped as one of the next to scrap the monarchy. The Bahamas, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Australia and Belize are also expected to ditch King Charles, who is currently head of state in 15 realms. Mr. Holness announced the formation of a constitutional reform committee in March to aid Jamaica's transition. Marlene Malahou Forte, Jamaica's Minister for Legal and Constitutional Affairs, said an urgent referendum could be held in 2024, a year earlier than some had anticipated. But rights campaigners have said while a referendum could take place as soon as next year, the Jamaican government is putting the vote at risk by failing to outline what will replace King Charles. Professor Rosalie Hamilton, who co-chairs the Governance and Human Rights Campaign group Advocates Network Jamaica, told Express it is important to remove the king as head of state, but removing the institutional arrangement that we've inherited is as important, or today even more important, than the king himself. The highly centralized governance structure that shuts out the voice of the Jamaican people, we say, must change. We're advocating for a republic that makes the Jamaican people sovereign. She said a referendum next year is possible because the Prime Minister has the option to call an election at any time, adding, he may want to do this before the election or maybe during the election. There's a question mark as to whether he will couple the election with the referendum. Those are our possibilities. Mr. Holness has said establishing a republic is a priority, but asked if her country's government is taking enough action to do so, Professor Hamilton said the signs are not very encouraging. She accused the government of failing to educate Jamaicans about what might replace the king and of rushing through a public consultation which she said failed to meet national guidelines. Professor Hamilton also claimed some members of the 14-strong Constitutional Reform Committee are not very knowledgeable.